Hello everyone, my name is Griffin Swanson and I'm the channel product manager here at Professional Advantage for our collections management module for Microsoft Dynamics GP. And we've been creating a mini series of videos breaking down the features and functionality of collections management to give our customers a better understanding of how this product works. And today we're going to have a focus here on the collections management building a query feature. One of the biggest problems we see with customers doing their collections today is finding the customers that they should be calling first, and that's because a lot of customers using Dynamics GP today collect using an age trial balance where the customers are sorted alphabetically and not by collector. So this build query window here really allows us to build a specific list of customers that we want to work with based on a number of different restrictions. Now we have two different versions of this query feature here. You can see the query type with standard, which we're looking at now, and an advanced version. And I'm actually going to cover the advanced version here first, because the reality is what we're using right now is SQL script to query your data. So if you have someone within your company, maybe your GP partner or value-added reseller, honestly, anybody who just knows how to write that SQL script, you can get very specific in your queries when it comes to using this feature, again, as long as you know how to write that SQL script properly. But with over 2,000 customers using the product today, we find that 95% of them or more use the standard version here, and that satisfies their needs. Basically, again, here, what we're doing is we're building a list of customers based off a set of restrictions that you can see are categorized here. So we can start with this customer here. Maybe you focus in on a specific customer name, even a sales territory. We have the customer information, so you could focus in on a specific credit manager or a collector, maybe a time zone, or maybe one of the automated collection plans that you've created for your customers. We can focus in on a specific balance here, or if a balance is greater than their credit limit. We have different aging periods and dates, so we could focus in on the aging periods themselves, a document date, or even a due date. We have notes here which link back to the collections management notes themselves. You can see things such as a priority level that we discussed in our collection notes video if you have not watched that yet. We have action types here, as well as reminder levels. So just to give everyone an idea of how this would actually work, I'm going to pull open a query that I've already created. So we'll go with this one here called promise to pay greater than credit limit. We'll discard that just for this demo here today. You can see the description itself is a promise to pay greater than a credit limit, but the reality is, everyone, we need to focus in on these restrictions. This is what's building that list of customers for us. So in this particular example, I'm trying to find a list of customers that have an action type that equals promise to pay with a balance that is greater than their credit limit. So once I have my restrictions set here, I'm going to run this query, click yes to refresh it, and then what it does here is it goes through and it finds all the records that I have within GP. It's going to find of those 104 records, you can see 6 meet the restrictions that I've set here for this particular query. And then it's also going to show us here the total balance of those customers within the query, as well as their overdue balance. Now I'm going to click OK here, everyone, and you're going to watch this window disappear. And we're going to bring you back to the collections main window. We've automatically saved that query for you, the one that you just built. And you notice on the main window here, we went from viewing all of our customers to just those who are within the query. So the first thing I want to do as a collector here is drill into this customer ID and find out who those 6 customers are. Once I've gone through this list here, I then have the ability to send these 6 customers communication all at the same time. And what we'll do here to get to that is go to the sales area. We're going to scroll down on transactions. You can see there's the collections main. We just built a query, and now we're going to drill into this query letters feature. And the first thing I notice here is the query that I've just run, promise to pay greater than credit limit, along with those 6 customers. I can review them again if necessary from this window. And then I also have the ability from this window to send them a collection letter, their statements, or their invoices. And you can see a handful of different grouping invoices down here at the bottom. Once you have your proper communication selected, we'll then drill into this next feature at the top here to where we can email all of those customers at the same time. Now, I hesitate to call this an automation feature because, as you all just saw, there's some manual work that goes into it, but it also really helps eliminate the idea of having to send off one-off emails if you have a group of customers who should really be receiving the same thing. So So for example, I know I have this promise to pay greater than credit limit, but let's just use another example here, everyone. Let's say I run a query that says, show me all of my customers that have an invoice from 90 to 120 days past due. Now I get 20 customers back who meet that criteria. Rather than sending 20 one-off emails to each one of those customers, what I can do is build them in a query, come in here and select their collection letter. Let's, for this example, use the final collection letter here. And what we can do is we can build those letters here in real time and review them before they get sent out. So I can go ahead and select view letters. You'll notice this verbiage here is going to remain the same because we're sending the same collection letter to this group of customers. But you'll notice these functions here for the customer name along with their invoices are going to change as we sort through these customers. So again, it just allows me to review this here before I process this and send off these emails. But again, it helps eliminate the idea of having to do this one by one. When you have a group of customers who should really be receiving the same thing, you can do that via the collection queries window and the query letters option. With that being said, everyone, that is going to wrap up this query feature here for today. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach out to our website at professionaladvantage.com. Go to the contact page and contact us there.